Join me and Elizabeth Zimmerhen as we dive into 3 random patterns found on Ravelry on today's episode of Ravelry Roulette. Hello, and welcome to this fresh episode of Ravelry Roulette. Today is typically podcast day, but tomorrow's my birthday, and I actually have been wanting to film another episode of Ravelry Roulette since I filmed the last one. I have so much fun doing this. I have a feeling you guys have as much fun as I do. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do today. It's Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day outside. I want to film a Ravelry Roulette, and then I'm going to go about doing some things with my family. I'm doing some gardening outside, and I just feel like that is my idea of a great day for filming and frolicking with my family. So let's go ahead and get into it today, guys. Ravelry Roulette, if you're not familiar, I choose 3 random patterns on Ravelry, and it is randomized all the way down to the word I search in the search box, or even if I search a word, to the filter of all of the options available in the pattern search and the actual number of the page that I navigate to find the pattern. It's kind of complicated to explain, weirdly enough. So we're going to dive into it and see what we can find and have some fun along the way. So if you've never visited us for a Ravelry Roulette, get cozy, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Okay, I think what I want to do this time is to not do a word. I don't want to type a word into the search box. I just want everything to be random. I might do a couple of filter options. I'm not entirely sure. So what I want to do right now is I want to record my screen. We're going to start recording now, and we're going to go over here to the Ravelry pattern search section. And instead of typing anything in here, because I'm not going to include a word, I'm going to go to the advanced search option, and I'm going to highlight random order, which is already highlighted for me. So we have random order, and this is showing us 1.3 million results. Okay. And that's why we have the random number generator. So instead of typing a word in here this time, the last couple of times I typed a word in, I'm just going to leave it blank. But I do want to come over here to the left column and put in a couple of filters. I want to filter this by items or, projects, patterns that have photos. And then I want to go down here, and this time today, I'm going to narrow this down into knitting. Okay. We're going to just focus on knitting for today. And then let's see, I don't think there's anything else. You know what? I would like to make them all free today. Okay, we're going to focus on free patterns today because, you know, why the heck not? So we're going to focus on free patterns. All of them are going to be knitting patterns, and we're going to see what we can find. But first we need to head over to the random number generator and figure out which one of these pages of 2084 we're going to be landing on. So we're here at the random number generator provided by Google. 2084 is our max, 1 is our minimum, and we're going to generate. 988 is the first page where we will be going. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to scroll all the way down, just go to town here to 988, right? Was that 988? Page 988. Okay. Yeah, 988. And then there are 48 results on each page. And I've tested this theory. When it's a complete page, there's 48 results. So we're going to do 1 through 48 in the random number generator. 17, and then we head back and we see what we get. 6, 12, 18, 17. What is this? Potholder Mushrooms by Regina Schoenfeld. Okay. This is not really what I'm looking at right now, is not something knit. This looks like a spreadsheet of sorts that gives you the layout to create potholder mushrooms. Potholder mushrooms sounds like contraband. Interesting. Okay, so you could use this to kind of create your own potholder mushrooms. You could either do color work or, well, yeah, I mean, I guess you could do, it would be more like, I guess it could be color work if you have it repeating, or you can make the blue purl stitches and the white knit stitches. Huh. Interesting. Okay, potholder mushrooms. This is a free Ravelry download. There are no projects. I feel like I'm not getting much. Like, this is very unsatisfying because I'm not looking at anything knit right now, so the inspiration is just not great. I think this is helpful for somebody who is looking for a mushroom motif. But you know what, guys? We're gonna go back. That was just a practice run, okay? Let's go back. 1, 2, okay. 2084. You know what? No, we're just going to do 1 through 48 again on that same page. I'm not happy with that. Okay, 30. That was just practice. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. It's a little late for this one. Easter Creation by Tatsengran's Treasures. Wow. Okay. So these are some Easter eggs. Sometimes folks will call these like resurrection eggs, depending on what they're being used for. This pattern is free. A friend who wanted to create Easter eggs for the seniors in the lodge in her town approached me for help finding a pattern with cross motifs, and that was knit flat. Unable to find anything suitable, I designed one for her. This is an exceptionally easy pattern to knit, and within an hour you will have an egg that can be used as a decoration or as a wee candy holder. A Kinder Egg or jelly beans will be a nice surprise for the seniors when they get their eggs this Easter. My gift to my friend, the seniors, and to you. Happy Easter, Wendy. For those who downloaded this pattern prior to March 4th, please note there is a typo on the small egg. Line 4, P, line 5, omit the purl 5. Should read knit 2, knit through the front back 16 times, knit 2, 36 stitches. Okay. Okay, cool. So they're just little eggs that hold treats that have a cross motif because somebody was needing something like that. It sounds like the person, maybe they're masons because they refer to a lodge. Huh, cool. All right, let's look at this. Tatsengran's Treasures. I love that name. And these are really cute. They do fit a little Kinder Egg perfectly. How cute is that? Okay. Very cute. Tatsengran's Treasures, Easter Creation. There are no projects here. There's a couple of comments. Thank you for this lovely pattern. You're very welcome. Happy Easter. How old is this? 2015. 9 years old. Huh. Okay. All right. So we will call that first official pattern of today, Tatsengran's Treasures, Easter Creation. Loving that. All right, back at it. We're going back to our random number generator. Again, 2048 pages. Generate. 2032. It's taken us to like the end of the line. 2032. 2032. Wow, here we go. There. Okay, all right. 48. Obviously, we've got 48. Why do I scroll so far? Okay, we've got 48 options here. Just take off that and generate. 43. Well, we know if we go all the way down, this is 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43. 160-14 piece by piece by Drops design. Now, I know a lot of people have beef with Drops for various different reasons. You know, my only beef with Drops, as far as I know, is the names of their items. Like, what are these numbers? Like, I know that's probably like a not bookkeeping thing, but like keeping track of their designs. But can we take numbers out of like nail polish colors and knitting patterns? Because I just don't understand how the average person needs that. So, sorry, just whatever, random thoughts. Okay, so this is 16-14 piece by Drops Design. This is a fingering weight shawl. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to read before I pop open those pictures. Gives us some measurements. 30 3/4 inches measured along the mid stitches, and approximately 170 centimeters, 66 inches measured along the edge at the top. They're using Drops Fable. Okay, let's look at this sucker. Here we are. Why does it do this to me? There we go. Get in there. Wow. Okay. So they are making those little, there's a name for this and I can't think of what it's called, but like little mitered squares. I want to say that's what that is. Huh. It's a great like scrap buster. Look at that. Look at all those interesting little squares in there. Super cute. And then all of this action going on in here is really pretty. Huh. That's really pretty. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you have a lot of scraps, like sock yarn scraps, this is an excellent way to bust those scraps and make little mitered squares. So I'm wondering if you just knit them together, meaning like you pick up stitches to kind of add the different squares together. That kind of seems like what you would probably be doing there. This one doesn't really give me any more of an indication in that regard. Huh. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's see, we have 13 projects here. Oh, right. Okay. Ooh, look at this one here. Very cool. This was like very thought out. This person had a plan. This was not a stash buster or a scrap buster. It looks like this person had a plan. And I really like these blues. I really like the look of that. That's really pretty. Oh, my question is, does it retain, like when you finish this project, does it retain that zigzag at the top? I guess it would. I guess when you're done, that like top, the like hypotenuse, if you will, of the triangle has the like zigzag, not zigzag, but you know, this little situation going on because of the little squares. That's an interesting detail. That's actually quite cool. This one's pretty. Look at the colors here. You guys, this is great for busting your scraps. Hello, those of you that have 1,000,001 little mini skeins from all the advents that you probably have purchased along the way. This is a great way to use those up. And it's very, like this one, very like abstract. I really love that. I feel like there's an artist. Oh goodness, I can't think off the top of my head who it is. But that's really pretty. Yeah, very pretty. This one looks a little different. Oh, you know what? This one looks like, I'm gonna go over here. This looks like she turned it into a cool scarf. Yeah, this looks like it's been made into a scarf and not, oh, I don't know, but that's really cool. I really like the way that one looks. Huh. Okay, that is very neat. Very cool. All right, so let's go back to the pattern page. So this is 160-14 piece by piece. All right. Okay. Liking that. All right, on to the next. Okay, I'm going back to page 1. Now back to the random number generator. 2048, generate 142. All right, we're gonna go to page 142. Here we are, and now we got 48 options to sift through. Oh, not 49, 48, and generate 10. Okay, let's see. 10. This is 6, this is 12, 11, 10. These are flower mittens. Ooh la la. String Theory 2.0. Why does that sound familiar? String Theory 2.0. Okay, I don't want to dive too deeply down into these rabbit holes. Okay, these are beautiful. Look at these mittens, you guys. Not the greatest photo. I think we could do better with the photo. That would just, if this photo, let me tell you, if this photo were better, meaning natural light, I'm just going to give you a little tip here, guys. If you're taking photos of your knits, one way to boost the quality of your photo instantly is to take the photo in natural light, not direct sunlight. Indirect natural light, like what I'm sitting in right now. I'm getting natural light from outside, but the sun is not shining in here. Indirect natural light, and try to avoid incandescent light bulbs like the one behind me. Indirect natural light can take something like this from being like not the greatest photo to just beautiful. And I imagine these mitts, which are absolutely beautiful here, in a better photo. Holy moly, look at how pretty that is, especially with that variegated yarn that's being used in the color work section, how it kind of changes throughout the motif. That's really beautiful, especially here on the back of the mitt where you have much more of the kind of like all over, what do you call those? Like the little, it just looks like it's, I don't know, like a linen stitch almost, but with multiple colors. It's beautiful. But yeah, these are really gorgeous. So these are called flower mittens. There's one project, which I have a feeling is this one, yeah. And they're using Knit Picks Bare Merino. Oh, they used food coloring. Hold on, let's go over here for just a moment. Maybe she had it down here. I hate the itchy feel of all wool on my wrists and liked long cuffs so I wouldn't get cold wrists in the winter. So I made the design back in college. You knit an inner cuff of the softer yarn, silk and wool, which is the Knit Picks, in a smaller needle size. Then work one purl row, switch to slightly larger needles and yarn. If the yarns are the same, you increase 3 to 5 stitches. and knit the mitten with plain stockinette cuff rather than ribbing, and do a Fair Isle design of your choosing on the back of the hand. I'll post the pattern soon. Okay, so there's no pattern for this. Oh man, there's no pattern for this. I don't even know when this would have come out. 2009, so I don't think the pattern's coming anytime soon, guys. Does this count? Maybe this one doesn't count. Maybe we need to do another one. Okay, but this is really pretty. And I think what I like about this is the idea of using a variegated yarn in a color work motif like that and seeing it kind of change as it goes up. It almost resembles like stained glass. It's really beautiful. Like, look at that. Really pretty. Stranded, String Theory 2.0's stranded mittens. I don't think I've said the name of these yet. That's really very pretty. I wish it did have a pattern, you guys. I have no pattern here. Let's go ahead and do one more. Let's do one more since that one didn't actually have a pattern for us. Okay, we're gonna do this side filter here like we had before. We're gonna go for free patterns. Where did the option? Ah, here we are. Okay. All right, so let's go back. 2048. This is like a bonus. Generate. 1984. How funny. That is the year I was born, and it's my birthday tomorrow, you guys. Okay, 1984. Here we go. No, I don't want to go all the way over there. We're going to go 1984. That was interesting. What a funny. 1984. Nope, no, goodness gracious. Here we go. And then once we get there, 48, 6. Here we go. We got lots of color today. The Lacy Shawl Scarf by Nicola Green. Lacy Shawl Scarf. It is like a shawl scarf. That's, I mean, the greatest way to describe this. It is a shawl scarf. It's big enough to be a shawl, but it's shaped like a scarf. It's a shawl scarf or a scarf or a skull, but it's a shawl scarf. Let's look at this. That is beautiful. Wow, that lace motif is something I've never really seen that before. What an interesting geometric leaf pattern. That's really lovely. I've seen lots of leaves and leaf designs in lace work where you have much more curvy leaves. This seems much more geometric, almost like the closer you get, they almost look more like cocoons than leaves. That's really pretty. And in that pretty gradient yarn, talk about gorgeous. Loving that. Okay, talking about, just because why not, talking about photos. I love this photo because it's in natural light. It's even better if it can be an indirect sunlight. Okay, maybe you can take something away from that. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, you can see like over here, there's no direct sunlight hitting the shawl and you can see everything very clearly and it's beautiful. But over here, it's kind of blasting it out a little bit. What a gorgeous design by Nicola Green. It says, this is a knitting pattern. This detailed pattern is stunning and the gradient of the sheepy's whirl colors really makes it show off, really makes it a show-off piece. It's the perfect size to wear around your neck or wrapped around your shoulders. I agree. The pattern includes a written and row count checklist so you can keep track of your completed rows. She's using sheepy's whirl and it's 100 inches long by 14 inches wide. That is definitely generous. Very nice. Let's see what projects, only one project, but this is not the same person. So let's check hers out. Oh, love that subtle kind of gradient look about it. And that leaf motif is really beautiful. But I could see that in a solid color yarn. Like I imagine that. I wouldn't wear it in a gradient like that personally, but if I were to knit this in a solid black, who am I? I know that would be a nightmare to knit probably, but that in a black or a dark navy or like a maroon, like a deep maroon or mahogany color, more maroon than mahogany, how beautiful and luxe would that be in like a really luxurious yarn or even a not so luxurious yarn, it doesn't even matter how beautiful that would be. Or in a lovely neutral like gray or camel color. See, I think of like the neutrals and the solids, but with that gorgeous lace motif. And Ooh, such a nice looking shawl scarf. Scarf. I think it's gorgeous. So that is the lacy shawl scarf, and that is going to cap off our patterns for today's episode of Ravelry Roulette. Well, I thought that was great, and hopefully you took something from this and just enjoyed your time here on today's episode of Ravelry Roulette, and maybe a little pointers on taking photographs of your hand knits. Natural, indirect light. It's always the way to go. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and me and Elizabeth Zimmerhen here. She's my emotional support chicken. You may have heard of these. They're going around these days. But this was fun. I appreciate you letting me plug in a Ravelry Roulette episode here as opposed to the traditional podcast. I've just been itching to do it, and it's so much fun. And now I'm going to go about my day, spend some time with my family. I will see you guys in the next one, which will be Wednesday's episode of the Midweek Ramble, which I'm really excited about. So until then, take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.